Humans always grew strongest when pushed aside. They united when threatened. They changed fastest when alone. He closed the file slowly. This time, he whispered, they are not leaving because they are weak. They are leaving because they are ready. And far beyond council space, humanity finished its preparations. The problems began quietly. A supply fleet failed to arrive on time, then another. At first, the delays were measured in hours, then days. Trade hubs reported shortages, energy cells, spare parts, medical materials. The Galactic Council demanded answers. Technicians worked without rest. Systems were checked again and again. The cause was always the same. Human support systems were gone. Navigation networks once maintained by humans no longer adjusted in real time. Logistics programs stopped predicting demand correctly. Repair schedules failed. The galaxy had depended on human efficiency more than it realized. Pirate attacks increased along major routes. Human patrol fleets had quietly protected these areas before. Without them, space became dangerous. Small member worlds panicked. They sent angry messages to the Council. They demanded protection. The Council argued. Some blamed humans. Some blamed each other. Some still laughed. They are doing this on purpose, one leader said. They will return when we ask. So the Council sent a message to Earth. It was polite, cold, short. No reply came. They sent another message, more respectful this time. Still no reply. Meanwhile, new reports arrived. Human fleets were seen near old borders. Their ships were faster, stronger, silent. Scanners failed to read their power levels. Weapons signatures were unknown. Fear began to spread. An emergency session was called. The old historian stood before the Council. His voice was tired. "We misjudged humanity," he said. "We thought silence meant fear." The Council replayed old recordings. The laughter, the insults. The moment humans walked away, the room grew quiet. "They warned us without words," the historian continued. "We did not listen." Another report arrived during the meeting. A Council ally had been attacked by pirates. They requested help. The nearest fleet was human. The humans refused. No explanation, no threat, just refusal. The meaning was clear. Humans were no longer guardians of the galaxy. They were independent. The Council elder who once mocked the human prototype lowered his head. "We need them," he admitted. Emergency messages were prepared. Offers of fair trade, equal status, apologies. They were sent to Earth. Minutes passed, then hours. Nothing. Across Council space, confidence collapsed. Markets crashed. Alliances weakened. Fear replaced pride. The Council had laughed at humans. Now the galaxy paid the price. In the silence of space, one truth became clear. Humanity had not been weak. Humanity had been patient, and patience had ended. The first human message arrived without warning. It did not go through old Council channels. It appeared on every major network at the same time. Simple, clear. Humanity is ready to speak. The Galactic Council rushed into emergency session. Fear filled the Great Hall, the same hall where humans had once been mocked. Moments later, the screens lit up. Human fleets appeared in visual range. They were nothing like before. The ships were larger, smoother in design. Power signatures were controlled and precise, not aggressive, but unstoppable. Human representatives. He appeared on the main screen. They stood calm and confident. No anger, no pride, only control. The human speaker looked around the hall. "Humanity did not leave in fear," he said. "We left to choose our own future." No one interrupted him. "We offered peace," he continued. "We were given control instead." The Council listened in silence. "Humans do not accept chains," the speaker said. "Not visible ones, not hidden ones." He paused. "We do not seek war," he said. "But we do not need permission to survive." The Council elder stood slowly. "What do you want?" he asked. The human answer was simple. "Equal voice," he said. "Mutual respect, cliff borders, and no laughter." The words hit harder than any weapon. The Council agreed, not because of fear, but because they understood something at last. Humans had not won through violence. They had won through choice. Trade routes reopened. New agreements were signed. Human systems returned, but under human control. The galaxy began to stabilize. Pirate attacks dropped. Supply lines recovered, but everything felt different. Humans were no longer new. They were no longer dismissed. They were watched carefully, respected. In a quiet moment, the old historian recorded a final note. Never judge a species by its first tools, he wrote. Some build slowly, some wait, and some walk away only when they are ready. Far from the council, human ships moved freely through space. Not as servants, not as rulers, but as equals. The galaxy had laughed once. It would never make that mistake again. The Galactic Council Hall was the largest meeting place in known space. Its walls were made of crystal and metal from 100 worlds. Floating lights showed the flags of powerful alien empires. Every seat was filled. Today, the council was judging a new species, humans. They stood alone on the central platform, small, soft, very quiet. Around them sat creatures of all shapes and sizes, tall insect lords, cold machine minds, scaled warriors with ancient scars. They had ruled the galaxy for thousands of years. A large screen appeared above the hall, showing the human prototype. A council elder said. The screen came alive. It showed a human-built machine. It was simple, not very large. No glowing weapons, no heavy armor. For a moment, the hall was silent. Then the laughter began. Sharp clicking sounds, deep roaring laughs, metallic noise from machine beings. This is it. One alien mocked. This is what humans are proud of. Another voice joined. They call this advanced. It looks like a child's toy. The human delegation said nothing. They did not defend the machine. They did not argue. The council laughed even louder. Humans are emotional, one leader said. They fight among themselves. They are slow to unite. They are weak. The words were sharp, public, cruel. The human representative stood still. His face showed no anger, no fear, just calm. The council elder raised a claw. Enough, he said. Humans, you are here for peace talks. You will accept our terms. You will follow council law. You will limit your fleet, and in return, you may exist. Many aliens nodded. To them, this was mercy. The human representative looked around the hall. He saw the smiles, the confidence, the belief that humans had no choice. Slowly, he stepped forward. His voice was not loud, but the hall grew quiet. Humanity thanks the council for its time, he said. We have listened carefully. The council elder leaned forward and he asked. The human took a breath. Humanity is withdrawing from the peace talks. For 1 second, no one reacted. Then the hall exploded with noise. What did he say, withdrawing? They must be bluffing. Laughter returned, but this time, it sounded confused. You refuse peace? An alien commander asked. You will not survive alone. The human representative nodded. We understand, he said. He turned and walked back toward his people. The screen above the hall went dark. The human prototype disappeared. Security drones moved closer, but then stopped. Orders were unclear. The council elder narrowed his eyes. You are making a mistake, he warned. The human paused. He looked back once. No, he said softly. We are making a decision. The humans left the platform. Their ships undocked from the council station minutes later. No threats, no speeches, just silence. The Galactic Council watched the stars where the human ships vanished. Some laughed again. They will come back, one said. They always do. But not everyone laughed. One old observer felt uneasy. Humans had not begged. They had not warned. They had simply walked away. Far from the council hall, human fleets changed course. Plans moved forward. Old limits were removed. Humanity had been judged weak. The galaxy would soon learn the cost of that mistake. After the humans left the Galactic Council Hall, the laughter slowly faded, but the belief remained strong. To most of the galaxy, humans were nothing special. Humans were new, very new. They had entered galactic space only 20 standard years ago. Compared to ancient races, that was nothing. Some council members were older than the human species itself. Humans had few colonies. Their ships were small. Their weapons were basic. They had no great war history in space. On paper, humans were weak. That was why the Galactic Council dismissed them so easily. The Council had studied humanity. At least, they thought they had. Reports showed humans fought many wars on their own planet. They were divided by borders, beliefs, and power. To the Council, this meant humans could never truly unite. They fight themselves. One council strategist said, how could they fight the galaxy? Another added, they fear loss. They value life too much. They will choose peace at any cost. The council believed this deeply. That belief shaped their plans. They wanted Earth's position. Human space set near important trade paths. Human engineers were creative. Human pilots adapted quickly. But the council did not want humans as equals. They wanted them controlled. The peace talks were never meant to be fair. They were designed to limit human growth, to cap their fleet size, to bind them with laws they could not escape. Humans were expected to accept, smile, agree, and at first, humans did exactly what the council expected. They listened. They asked questions. They remained polite. To the council. This confirmed everything. See, one alien leader said, "They are afraid. They need us." But behind closed doors, the truth was very different. Human leaders watched everything. They recorded every insult, every laugh, every unfair demand. They noticed how often the council spoke of peace while planning control. They noticed how often humans were called weak. And they remembered something important. On Earth, humans had survived worse. They had faced extinction many times. Plagues, wars, natural disasters. Each time humans adapted, they learned, they improved, they waited. Silence was not surrender. It was preparation. While the council focused on talks, human scientists worked day and night. Old limits were questioned. New designs were tested. Human fleets trained far from galactic eyes. No shared data. No broadcasts. The council never noticed. To them, humans were still sitting quietly at the table. When the humans walked away from peace talks, the council believed it was fear, a failed bluff, a weak reaction. They told themselves humans would return, begging, apologizing, because that is what weak species always did. But one detail troubled a few observers. Humans had not argued. They had not threatened war. They had not tried to convince anyone. They had simply left. That was not how desperate species behaved. Deep in council space, warning systems stayed silent. No alarms, no attacks. But far away, beyond shared borders, humanity was changing course. The council thought they had dismissed a problem. In truth, they had dismissed a storm. The official message reached the Galactic Council one cycle later. It was short, clear, final. All human governments confirm withdrawal from all council negotiations. No threats, no emotion, just facts. At first the council laughed. "They are trying to scare us," one delegate said. "They will return when they feel alone." Trade officials were not worried. Human trade routes were marked as low value. Human ships were easy to replace. The council voted quickly. All shared research with humans was suspended. Human observers were removed from council stations. Joint patrols were cancelled. To the council, this was punishment. To humans, it was freedom. Human ships left shared space. Human stations went dark. Communication channels closed one by one. No human signals, no replies. Some council members began to notice the silence. Human engineers had managed many systems, navigation nodes, repair yards, logistics software. At first, small errors appeared. A cargo fleet arrived late. A jump route needed manual control. Minor problems, nothing serious. Coincidence, the council said, but the reports kept coming. Human design systems were no longer updating. Human advisors were gone. No one fully understood how some networks worked. Meanwhile, in deep space, human fleets were moving. They trained together for the first time without limits. Old safety rules were removed. New engines were tested at full power. Human commanders shared data freely among themselves. Ideas moved fast. Changes happened in days, not years. On Earth, factories ran non-stop. Civil ships were redesigned for military use. Mining fleets expanded into dangerous regions. Humans did not announce these actions. They did not warn the galaxy. They simply prepared. Back at the council, doubt began to spread. A junior analyst raised a concern. "Human technology is evolving," she said, "faster than expected." She was ignored. "Humans lack resources." A senior leader replied, "They cannot sustain this.